How are we keeping, guys? Welcome back to part 3 of the Get Big series. And for this one, I'm going diving into everything training and some specific guidelines backed in some science, some common sense, and some first-hand experience in what you can pop into play to get the most from your muscle growth gains, I suppose. Alright, so my main goal with this is to try and put everything into layman's terms for you so you can get some concrete takeaways. So the main factor in muscle growth is going to be volume at the end of the day, but volume, intensity and frequency. So volume is a total work, sets multiplied by the reps, multiplied by the weight you use within a session, right? Intensity is related to the weight you're using as a percentage of your 1 rep maximum repetition, okay? And then frequency is basically how you plan your week across the weekend, how frequent you're training certain muscle groups, okay? So once you know those kind of key factors in terms of muscle growth, once you know that volume is the main key driver for growth, the next step from there is that there's 3 main kind of players within that kind of subset, and those are mechanical tension, muscle damage and metabolic stress. And I want to show you in a second what they actually mean when they're within a training program. But if you look at mechanical tensions, the tension being placed against your body, if you look at that as lifting stuff heavy in the strength rep ranges, I would say, muscle damage kind of speaks for itself really, and this is kind of working in a higher rep range to break down those muscle fibers so you can go away, repair and come stronger back for the next session, so you're breaking down that muscle tissue. And then metabolic stress is like metabolic style rep ranges where you're getting a really, really big pump, and the rep range are a lot higher. So we'll talk about those in a few seconds first, but coming back to this volume, intensity and frequency. Okay, it's all well and good talking about volume being a key factor for growth. How do I go in and put those into guidelines for actual sets and reps of training? Now these are guidelines based on fundamentally science, but I was kind of introduced to them from guys like Eric Helms and Mike Israel. So these are their guidelines mainly that I just taken and shown you in this video, just so you know. But basically, this is a rep and set guide per muscle group, okay? So let's just say you're trying to grow your quads. Use that for this example. So in the scientific world lately, this kind of paper came out recently where it's 40 to 70 reps per muscle group with a frequency of 2 to 3 times training a week. Now, when you break it down, that's based on a range between 80 reps and 210 reps across a week per a muscle group. So there's a big difference there, and the main thing with this is these are starting guidelines. So let's just say if you started on the lower end of your training, you're training 3 times a week, and you're training, let's say, squats on a Monday, and you're squatting again on a Friday or Saturday, and the total reps you accumulate are 80, right? The next step from you is obviously bumping up that 80 across a week. It could be adding in 2 more leg exercises to that Monday and that Saturday. You're training that muscle group twice that week, but now all of a sudden you're getting two extra exercises, maybe 3 to 4 extra sets in each, and your rep range now are gone well over the 100 mark, and you're kind of in that middle range. And if you're making progress on that, sure, aren't you happy? You're progressing with that. Then there's going to come a time where you're probably going to plateau and not get as big on that, we'll say. So in order for you to progress again, more volume is better up to a point. And that is why you have these kind of arbitrary ranges. Like if you've been training, let's say in this rep range, if you're only training, let's say quads, legs once a week, for example, you know the next step for you is to break that frequency up and hit those legs twice a week, okay? Because again, science shows that this is superior to hitting a muscle group 1 day per week. Now, if you want to look at that on a set basis, if you break down those 80 reps, it could be around 6 to 8 sets across a week, up to a higher range of 18 to 20 sets per week. And again, now this is all depending on where the person is, okay? So for example, like I'm kind of pushing up on the higher end range here of reps for quads for myself, because my main goal is to grow my quads. And in the past, I've been always training around the middle ranges and not really seeing the results I want. But what I mean by sets or the reps, the next question comes into play, right? Is it just a matter of doing 80 reps at any effective weight? And that is when we come back to the volume, intensity, frequency thing I already brought you through, because it's not as easy as that. So if you base those 80 to 210 reps of a 1 to 15 rep max. If you're training within those ranges, you're laughing. Or else if you're going looking at it on a set by set basis. So again, for our quads example, if you're hitting 6 to 8 sets or 18 to 20 reps across a week, or in between those of like from 12 to 15 is usually a range where it's very, very good to get up to next. You could look at training between 60% of your 1 rep max and 80% of your 1 rep max. Again, remember, we're training here for growth, so strength is a specific skill, so we're not really focused on getting super strong, we're focused on getting big here. Now, the 60% to 80% of your 1 rep max, and those sets here, like a set, what I mean by a set here is between 80 to 20 reps is a typical set, and that's an average I've got from my business plan. It's a very, very good baseline to go by. So again, I know there's a lot of information there, but basically short and sweet of it is, where are you at when it comes to this? Do you need to start training your muscle groups more frequently to get more sets and more volume in? Because the short answer is probably yes. And the beauty of that too then is that you're not going to look at a workout by workout basis thinking, oh, you have to do this in a workout. You're going to look at your workouts now in a bit more detail for chest and shoulders and arms and legs and back and all that kind of stuff to see where you're at with volume guidelines, because once you have those guidelines, you start to sub them in. But saying all that stuff, saying all those guidelines and stuff, what can you recover from? Thereabouts. If you start to go from, let's say, 8 sets of quads, legs a week if you like, up to 20 sets, and you're absolutely bent and you can't recover from that, you don't even want to train, you've probably gone way above what you're capable of, what you can do. You need to take into account your real life, your job, kids, family, all that kind of stuff, and seeing what's realistic for you. This is not about dropping everything and being in the gym 24/7 either. So again, you need to work with what you have and go from there. Because like if 3 days a week maybe isn't the best thing for you to grow, but 3 days a week is all you can manage right now, you need to make do with that, because that is what's optimal for you right now. The next step for you could be going to a 4-day week structure where you're getting extra volume in that 4th day. And again, you can begin to look at things like that. But again, if we go back to the mechanical tensioning, the muscle damage and the metabolic stress, those 8 to 20 reps is a typical set working between 1 to a 15 rep max or 60% to 80% of your 1 rep max. What these 3 things could mean then is working in a strength range. So you're building the strength and mechanical tension range, we'll say if you like, in the 5 to 8 rep range. So this can start off with the heavy portion of your workout, your compound lifts. If you're working in the hypertrophy range, will be like your muscle damage range, 8 to 12 reps. And then if you look at the metabolic side of it, you'll be working in the higher rep range, the 12 to 20 rep range. And that varies as the months goes on, you'll have different phases and stuff, but again, that just gives you a general guideline. What I've actually shown you there can be an actual workout plan if you like. You could have compound, accessory, and then isolation movements there. Just realize you can't even see that. So when all that's said and done, you can look at 3 quarters kind of roughly in the 6 to 12 rep range, and you can have a quarter then more in the strength rep range. So this could be 3s, 5, 6 rep ranges. Again, it all depends on your goal. It all depends on what you're mainly after. Like, are you after trying to get a bit strong and big along the way? Do you not really care about your strength, but just want to get jacked? Or whatever it is for you. So hopefully that makes a bit more sense. You can start to plug in a few of those factors into your training just to make more progress over the long run. And part 4, we're going to dive into the nutritional side of it all and some starting guidelines for that. But if you have any questions in relation to muscle gaining in general, pop them under this video. If you haven't subscribed to the YouTube channel yet, please do subscribe over there, because that lets me know that people are watching the videos and you want to see more of them. But if you have any friends again that need to hear this, that are going arseways with their training, need to kick in the right direction, if you'd be ever so kind, throwing a tag below is much appreciated, and it just helps spread the video a lot better as well. So thank you for listening in, and we'll chat to you in part 4.